your purpose. What's your purpose for living? Do you know your purpose? What you're created to do? Do you know what that is?
How many people wish they could have turned back the clock and done what they really wanted? You don't know what you have until it's gone. And that same thing goes for your potential to do whatever you want to do right now.
What do you really want to do? What is it that you really truly want to do? I don't want to hear what you think you can do. I don't want to hear what your parents think you should do. I don't want to hear what you think you're only capable of doing.
If you're putting on a show and you're chasing these inauthentic goals that are for other people or to keep up with society or pressures or parents or whatever it might be, you're going to start attracting people who are attracted to those goals and that energy, which isn't your real self.
We live in a world that's very unauthentic. So who the fuck are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in?
Basically, like, every single person has their own life, their own perception of reality. And, you know, you can try to match their energy all you want, but you're not them, you're you. So you just have to live your life, you know, the way you would live it. Because you are you, and you have to own up to be you.
Being honest with yourself and just not being ashamed of who you are. Claim who you are. Wear that shit like a fucking badge, man. Be proud of that shit, bro. Like, that's all you have. If no one else is proud of it but you, then that's fine, man. But who else is gonna be proud of it if it isn't you? If it's not you, bro, then who are you really, man?
What was my purpose? And sometimes you graduate out of high school, you look for that job, you look for that career, college, the degree. You still question, is this my purpose?
What are you progressing towards? People who sit in their jobs and they feel like there's no value, it's not contributing to themselves or the world, or really it's just there for a paycheck, and it feels like tough, like uncomfortable, though there's just, you know, you're just miserable with it. But at least your friend, if he's chasing after something that's like a dream of his or a passion that he's chasing towards and his progress is uncomfortable, at least at the end of that line, it's what he wants.
Progression, man, is a key to happiness. Always in a progressive state of progress. You stop progressing and stop moving towards progress, then all of a sudden you lose purpose in life.
There's only one way to live your life, and the only way to live your life is the way that you want to. It's the only way that you can achieve what you really want to achieve. It's the only way that you can feel what you really want to feel. And it's the only way that you can die happy, is if you live the life that you want to live.
Your job, whatever you're doing, you know, gotta be here for this, gotta be here for that, gotta be there. You be there because you want to be there. You run the day and stop having the day run you.
When you start waking up and you don't have a purpose and you're just existing and you're not doing anything for yourself, man, I'm telling you, it rots you. You have to ensure that there's at least something that you're living for, that you're going for, that you're always going to be like passionate about, that you're striving towards.
I wake up in the morning excited to get to it. You know, if I'm not training, I'm missing it. If I'm not watching a game of basketball, I miss it. There's no place I'd rather be. And if you have that feeling, then you're truly doing what God has put you on this earth to do.
So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself.
Think about yourself in 10 years from now, but you did the same exact things that you do right now every single day. How happy would you be with yourself? You know, what would you think of yourself?
What's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? It's like, you meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
Find your reason. Why do you go to the gym? Why are you going to train? Nurture it and just learn to be yourself.
Until you find the center of your being, you will continue to walk and live, going through the motions.
By being normal, you are, by definition, aiming for average. Normal people get normal results. Exceptional people get exceptional results.
You know, there comes a day, man, everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre, is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up.
I wanted to be uncommon amongst uncommon people. I wanted to be the guy, I don't care if you fucking like me, I don't care if you don't understand me.
I want to be one of the best basketball players who've ever played. That's the end goal. Okay, how do I get there?
When we're young, we're told we can be anything. And then we realize it's a lie. And then we realize we're telling ourselves it's a lie because we actually just realize how much work it's going to take. And we'd rather believe it's a lie than we're not willing to work hard enough to achieve these things.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's going to have to fucking try.
With Leonardo da Vinci or Helen Keller or, Socrates, all these people that did something beyond their scope. Back then, everyone laughed at them for being different. Let those fucking peasants of the world laugh at you now for being different, because that's beautiful.
But guess what? Every person that you've seen, that you take inspiration from, was no different than you. They were no fucking different. Whether it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whenever it was, they were exactly like you.
The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane.
You okay?
Yeah, how could I ever do an interview about him when I start crying? How did this guy know? How did he? I didn't know I was the one.
They see me now. They see me now as the guy that with his shirt off who can do 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, who can run 205 miles in 39 hours, who can do all this crazy shit. But what they don't understand is they don't understand the journey that it took me to get to this point.
People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be.
Do the shit that no one else wants to do. Do the shit that no one else is even thinking about doing. Do the shit that people think is fucking stupid. It makes no sense. Because all you're doing is getting better.
6:30. Normal people are out eating breakfast at IHOP or Denny's.
Reading the game will make you a good player. Understanding what you're reading will make you a great player. But if you can write the game that others read, you become a champion, right? And that's a different level of understanding where you're not reacting to situations.
There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your fucking ass. And you create something that's always been there.
You were born special. You were born with a gift. You were born with being able to bring your own unique abilities and gift to this world. And you have so much more to offer.
Well, greatness is when you make your delusions your reality.
Okay.
Something that's just totally unbelievable to the human's imagination, and you make it your slave.
My personal goal is to squeeze every ounce of potential out of whatever I have. And I think that if you feel like you have potential left over, then it will eat you alive until you do something about it.
And I'll tell you how hard it is, 10 times harder, looking back when you let this time expires, knowing you could have been great, when you did get off the couch, but it's too much time, you can't do anything about it. I can tell you how the worst failure in life isn't the person that fell down, it's the person that never got out to try.
Be entitled to fucking greatness. Be entitled to it. Feel like you're owed it. Okay? I tell you gotta come in this motherfucking train. Like they owe you some shit.
Every single time that you come in here, you give 110%. If you're not giving 110% and you're only giving it 99, you got one more to give. If you're giving it 100%, you're not at your fucking limit. Because nobody tells you how much you can put in and how much you can't. So you put in 110%. So every fucking person watching can undoubtedly see you and your fucking truth and how fucking hard you work.
It's scary, but that's why it's so effective, okay? The hardest things are usually the best. If it's easy, leave it to somebody else, okay?
You know, scary for a lot of people. They have to go through, they have to endure that sweat equity of life, dedication and sacrifice, the diligence to see it through, the unknowns of life. It's the path less taken. That's scary.
I don't know, I'm just living my life. You know, when people tell me you're great and you're the best, you deserve an Oscar, I think of my demons. I think of my flaws, you know, because the reason that I succeed in life is because of my flaws.
When I was born with all kind of heart issues, lung issues, bone issues. So I had to get creative. I didn't have a lot to work with. A lot of you use that as a fucking excuse. You don't have a lot to work with. So you want to die all preserved. Make sure you die being used up.
Leave no stone unturned. Get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, you know, I'd have something that was beautiful.
A lot of us have these I love me walls, certificates, trophies, plaques. I put all that shit in storage. As a reminder, I have more to do. Greatness is something you earn every fucking day.
And y'all, here I am, getting the greatest reward of my life. And I just want to say it like this.
You're proving it for yourselves. So go out there and show everyone, show your parents, show your friends the best person you can be, the best person you can possibly be. Give it 110% and never look back. Chase your dreams and be content with your life.
And every one of us has a little bit of this in us. You just don't know it.